Hey everyone, welcome back to Ojio Sports Fitbusters. Today we're joined by Jason from runningintervals.com. It's a great place to check out his adventures through preparing for running events, but I'm not doing it justice, so tell me a little more about it.
Well, the basic idea behind running intervals as a training program is that you train real hard on the running part, and then you have to do just as much effort in recovery.
I got you. So train hard, recover hard. Makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
Balance the equation. So let's get right into this fitness myth. I'm not even sure what the fitness myth is behind carb loading. So I want you to explain to me first what carb loading is and what the most prominent myth behind carb loading is.
Sure. Carb loading is basically a strategy that a lot of runners use, and especially distance runners or any endurance athlete really, where they try to fill up their glycogen stores in their system in order to have as much energy available within their body to access during the course of any endurance event. Every event you go to, the night before, there is a carb loading dinner. And everybody goes and they pile on the pasta, get loaded down with like 3 helpings of fettuccine Alfredo, and they're like, I am ready to run 12 hours later.
So we're talking about carb loading, but aren't people different and they require different fuels?
100%. There are a lot of athletes that function well on carbs that you get from breads, pastas, things like that. There's a lot of athletes that function much better on just sugar content. You know, they load up on the sugar and they soar through their race. There's a lot of athletes that function a lot better on like a high fat content because they get a lot of energy from that. So it really does depend on each individual.
That makes sense. Biochemical individuality. It's a popular, trendy concept. It makes a lot of sense. Every person's unique. You got to find what works best for you. So can you tell us and enlighten me especially on how to do carb loading appropriately, like how to do it?
Totally. Because carb loading is sort of truth and myth all rolled into one. And that's the confusing part about it. The idea that you can get all the carbs that you need to fill all of the glycogen stores and be ready to run for, you know, if you're a master marathon runner, 2 hours and 15 minutes, or if you're the average person, like most of the people that I run with, and you're out there running for 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5 hours. Some people run out there for 6 or 7 hours on their very first marathon. That takes a lot of energy, and there's no, to go back to the example of the bowl of fettuccine Alfredo, there is no way you can fill your body with enough of the carbs that your body needs from a bowl of, I mean, maybe if you like the old Total commercial, you can put 14 bowls of fettuccine Alfredo in front of you, and that might be enough to get you through a marathon, but it makes no sense to try to do that 12 hours in advance. So really the way you're gonna do it is, most races take place on Sunday. What you're gonna do is you are going to start increasing your carb content on Monday. Be adding more carbs. Maybe what you do is you add a little extra carbs to the food that you normally eat. Maybe you sub out some things for a higher carb content just for that week, because over the course of the entire week, you're increasing and increasing and increasing. The math is basically somewhere between 7 to 10 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight.
Okay, that's a lot.
So if you go with like 8 grams for me, and I'm about $1.65, now you are in excess of 600 grams of carbs that I need.
Wow.
So you really need to be planning that out 6, 7 days in advance, building it up, building it up, building it up over the course of time. And what it does is it allows you to get through that normal point in any race where you would bonk through just the normal nutrition that you've got. And that's, you know, about mile 20.
Yeah. Bonking is a big term, and it's usually people that haven't prepared their body nutritionally for the rigors of a long race like a marathon.
And the point that that usually takes place is mile 20. It's that last 10K in a race that all that extra work that you do in advance on preparing your body for the event, that's where that all pays off.
Okay, so a follow-up question, because this is probably important as well. Does quality, the source of carbohydrates, matter?
Right. I would not recommend trying to cram 14 bowls of fettuccine Alfredo into your pre-marathon training week, for sure. No, there are a lot of really high quality sources of carbs that are out there, and they range from even from vegetables to whole grains and breads and pastas, things like that. You can get them from a lot of different places, but quality does matter, because if you think to yourself, you are going to, you know, get the carbs you need through pizza, for instance. Yeah. You know, you're gonna get a ton of grease, you're gonna get a ton of fat, you're gonna get a ton of other things that your body doesn't necessarily want, and your body's gonna have to work hard to process that which is going to slow down its capacity to process the carbs in the right way.
Right, so the macronutrient, the carbohydrate is important, but so are the micronutrients. So you want to get
absolutely.
it from like quinoa, and you want to get a diversity of different foods, potatoes, so that makes sense, both from a health standpoint and a performance standpoint.
Right.
So thank you for reconciling that, because as you probably were, I was new to carb loading. I didn't understand it. I'm glad I understand a little bit now. So if I ever have to train for an event, I'll know what to do.
We'll get you out there someday.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Jason, for stopping by. Check out runningintervals.com for some awesome workout and recovery strategies and his personal journey through it. And it's the personal touch that often connects readers, so it's a really good read. Check it out. Until then, thank you guys for stopping by and watching Ojio Sports Fitbusters. We'll see you next time.